on, Southwest. Okay, that's groovy.
Yeah, like bro, if you gotta work and you just want to hear something like mellow, no music good. I can really do that.
Is this like their first collaboration together?
I think of like a real project. I think this is their first like project together, but they've had songs together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mercedes was good. Thank you for
Hi,
joining.
Mercedes.
Mercedes 87. What's up, y'all? 7 o'clock, yo. I just had dinner. I'm feeling like a plump little piggy right now.
Oh, a plump little piggy is crazy.
And you know, I had Jamaican food, so you know that stuff sit on your stomach. I had some right. I had some rice and peas, some dumplings, some cabbage. They had some freaking whatchamacallit, some butternut squash. I ain't never taste butternut squash like this. It was banging. They put like some curry, seasoned that with some curry. It was fire. Okay.
That's your bag. Anything with curry, that's Brittany. We're gonna start a new show called What's your friend's bag?
Yo, what's their bag? Like
What's their bag? Like see? You said that's a favorite.
Look here. We here. We gotta do a little cooking show too. We gonna have a limited edition 21 titles recap with like a little food tasting. Cause I'm here for that. We in fall too, so it's about to be squash season.
We have different taste buds,
right?
So I think it would be pretty funny to record natural reactions. So like,
Shantae is very much a texture person. If the texture ain't right, she ain't participating. Okay.
Sunday meal prep, right? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Sunday meal prep, that's fire. Here we go. But welcome, 7 o'clock Sunday. This is our time. 21 titles weekly recap. This is episode 43 in the business.
Oh wait, stop. I have to talk about this because Naomi just brought it up. I'm sorry, I know you're in the middle of the introduction. But yes, Naomi, it's a no. Like Brittany loves running eggs. She said that she like I physically watched Brittany take toast and shot the egg with the toast, and I was taken aback. I was like, this is not for me. And I'm glad, yes, I don't know. That does not go well with me at all. I would never eat a runny egg, but oh my God, here comes your father.
I'm not even gonna say the comment he just said. I'm done. It's already we already in the dumps right now. Okay, y'all funny today on this Sunday. Dad, come on, just keep the energy. Keep that energy, all right, Dad. When we get to this, just keep the energy. But yeah, I do like running eggs. Over medium preferred. I also like poached over medium, like just a little bit of yolk running.
What happened to the scrambled?
I mean, if I get it scrambled, I'll get it lightly scrambled. So it usually has a little yolk still on it, but
Naomi, you like that, Naomi? I gotta figure out what Naomi's at.
Yeah. Everybody, what type of egg do you like? Drop it in the comments. Scrambled, poached, over medium, sunny side up. Like what's your favorite preparation of an egg?
I didn't know we were starting with eggs. It's really we gotta start with eggs today.
That I didn't know.
But I like the topic. Oh, Naomi, you too?
Yeah. Oh, see, Naomi, she can't have eggs though.
I didn't think Naomi was a runny egg girl.
Nah, it's the let's go, Naomi.
You be sopping it up with toast?
Yep, that's a fact. She be mopping it up with the toast.
Oh no. Thank you, Mercedes. Scrambled and fry hard.
Yes. Scrambled and fry. I like that. Okay. I love a fried egg with some cheese, a little run in. He said I'm shocked. She is shocked. We started with food today. Yeah, no, this is my wheelhouse. Talking about food, I'm actually drinking my tamarind sweet tea that I prepared. Okay.
And it was good when I had it at my baby shower.
You got orange juice freshly squeezed up in there. All right, let me stop. Let's get into the episode. She said she breaking the Taurus ring. Have to have crunchy edges. Yes. Okay, the crunchy edges on the eggs. All right, that's how we doing it. I know people who do not like crunchy edges on their eggs, and I will get cursed out if I give crunchy edges. Okay, or if there's brown on the eggs. But further along. Welcome to the 21 Titles Weekly Recap. Again, this is episode 43. We are proud to have been here for 43 episodes. You feel me?
That's shouts to Jones for really making that clear this weekend.
Shout out to JJ. Come on. Yeah. We gotta have JJ on the show at some point.
We do.
But yeah, we're 21 Titles. We're a consultancy firm. I'm about to say development firm because that's what we're hearing from the streets. We're gonna get to the streets today. Okay. Shantae was there in the flesh, but we're really here for the community, and including the community and garnering and basically projecting equity through collaboration and community. But we're here essentially to help foster the next generation on thinking beyond the sport. We love talking behind the scenes, off the court stuff, and we feel in this current era that that's what this ecosystem needs, a perspective from the other side. Essentially, me and Shantae are definitely current working professionals. Shantae is an attorney. She specializes in contracts and intellectual property, and NIL is a big topic word these days. And Shantae can keep you in the know about the legislations, what's really going on currently in the courts and how, these deals are being kind of proctored and put together. So we love talking about NIL. Kids are now able to monetize themselves, an opportunity we wish we had as student athletes. You feel me? But we love reporting on that. We love reporting on tech. We are both blockchain enthusiasts. We know that blockchain will be the future, and we want to bring those articles to you. Essentially, sports. Like I said, we're both former student athletes, baby.
Yeah.
So we love talking sports, especially women's sports. We're gonna get to Coco today. Tennis. We love all sports. Obviously, we're both former basketball athletes, but all sports at this point, especially women's sports, are doing its thing and growing. So that, and last but not least, business or culture. We are the culture, so we like to report on things happening in the culture. So Yeah, let's get it popping.
Yeah. So, like Brittany said, we're gonna start off with tennis. So, oh, you remember his day?
Mercedes.
You do wait 3. I'm sorry. I love where this is going today.
We all over the place.
I'm glad you were first with his day.
We're gonna have to have an offline conversation then.
Yeah, to connect.
For sure.
Yeah, Coco. Everybody was watching Coco last night. Yes.
That's a fact.
That's crazy. No, we gotta chop it up.
Right.
After the live. Yeah, Coco. She won her first US Open title last night. I feel like everybody was watching last night. And Shalit, what's going on? And
Jay, what's good?
It was a crazy match. She lost the first set. I was a little nervous. The first set, I was like, dang. Now Sabalenka, who she beat yesterday, I was telling Brittany the other day, like, yeah, go Coco, but Sabalenka is crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
She cursed out her coach last match, like, not yesterday, but the match beforehand. She cursed her coach out. And all she kept saying in interviews was, she was trying to
control her emotions, yeah?
Yeah, her emotions throughout the entire tournament. And I didn't know what she was getting at until I saw that. But she's really good. Really great player. Powerful player. And so, yeah, I didn't know how it was going to go last night. What did he do? What he do? He was laughing. Her coach was laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Girl therapy.
I mean, look here. It is what it is, right? Like, I done cursed my dad out, and the pillow happened to wake up at 7 a.m. to go running. Right. Like, I done cursed. I just ain't do it in his face, like, at that time, because I wasn't trying to get slapped upside the head.
Yeah, Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Her emotions, you could tell she really wanted to win. That's ultimately what it comes down to. She was just highly invested in the match. She wanted to win really bad. And yeah, Coco really got it off the mud yesterday. She had to work extremely hard. She's extremely agile and very athletic, so she was able to get to the most craziest balls throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
Yeah, not on the U.S. Open stage. She was bugging out, But yeah, Coco really, she showed up. She is the youngest American to win the U.S. Open since Serena Williams in 1999. Mm-hmm. And she's the first American player to win a major title since Sophia Kenin at the Australia Open in 2020. And then also, golf also became the first woman to win the title in New York after dropping the first set, like we just mentioned, in 3 matches during her title run since Williams in 1999. So she was hitting, she's, in great company. She's in the same conversations as Serena Williams, who she looks up to, obviously, who wouldn't. And she was talking last night after she won, she was bigging up the haters. She said, "Thank you to my haters." I'm going to actually read what she said. She said, she said, wait, I want to say honestly, thank you to the people who didn't believe in me. A month ago, I won a 500 title, and people said I would stop at that. 2 weeks ago, I won a 1,000 title, and people were saying that was the biggest it was going to get. So 3 weeks later, I'm here with this trophy right now. I've tried my best to carry this with grace, and I've been doing my best. So honestly, to those who thought they were putting water on my fire, you were really adding gas to it. And now I'm really burning so bright right now.
Yeah.
I was like,
yes. Yeah.
Yes, Coco. Jay said Coco talked about, yes. And she handled herself so gracefully throughout this entire match. I mean, not only the match, just the tournament. And if you don't know, Coco is only 19 years old.
Yeah.
And she just speaks so well. And her attitude is so great.
Facts.
And you saw the family unit at the end of the match. She ran right to her parents at the end of the match. It was a beautiful, it was such a beautiful thing. And we can't be more proud of.
Come on, man.
I shed a tear yesterday.
First and foremost, I was at my cousin's wedding watching this on my phone because that's how serious this was to me yesterday. Coco, I remember she was in, I believe, the quarterfinals in 2019 when she was 15 years old, when she just came on the scene. So, like, to see her go from that to this in 4 years is like she's graduated. You feel me? Like, it's like she done graduated from college, if you want to say, like, you know, she's here, and I think she has arrived. Like, we've talking about this, like her first match, she was playing against the lady Laura, and she had to go to the ref and, you know, say some words to the ref because the ref was not doing their job. And, you know, she spoke up for herself, and I think that speaks to the player that she's moving into and becoming. Like, you see her after every hit, you see the emotion, like she's yelling and screaming like, I earned that. You feel me? So to see her after the game acknowledge the people who didn't believe in her, that just says, like, you got to have a bigger belief in yourself than other people around you. You know, like, people are never going to believe in you because you know who you are. You feel me? Like, that first game definitely set the tone for the rest of the basically the tournament. So you know, and she's beaten formidable opponents. Carolyn Wozniacki, she's returning from, you know, a 3.5 year hiatus. You know, she just came back from giving birth. We seen Naomi Osaka was in the building. You know, she just gave, like, it was a star-studded event at the US Open. And I'm just happy to see her come out victoriously, man. You know, everybody wanted this for her, and she went out there and got it. So I'm happy to see her.
That's a good point, Deborah.
What Deborah said. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we'll get labeled the angry. Yeah. The angry, y'all know what to do with the rest. Fill in the blank. But
super graceful, but it is annoying for sure.
That's a fact. But yeah, so shout out to Coco getting that first major title. I'm very sure we'll be seeing her get very, very many more in the future. So yeah, moving along. Sabrina Ionescu, what can we say? Since the All-Star game when she showed us like she could really shoot, she's been on a tear. Right? Yeah. So it's been confirmed that she set a WNBA single season 3-point record. She basically has beat and topped Diana Taurasi's single season 3-point mark of 121, which was set in 2006. Sabrina now has 124. I guess, and counting.
Yeah, this year. The fact that she has 124 threes this year, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I watched some highlights from today. She hit a couple today too.
But the Liberty also lost. I hope your father Mr. Ray, please come to the front of the stage. Yeah. The Liberty lost today, which is whatever. They had it. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Later, but
they definitely lost.
Actually, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But they lost today by 2 at the buzzer. And this is the last day for the regular season. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how the playoffs go. We're going to get into that, but what's the deal? Here comes your dad. We was talking about how the Liberty lost today.
Yeah, the buzzer, man. That was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can go to the next topic, especially because she is a Rutgers alum. I'll let you lead.
Come on, man. These teams, y'all gotta do the right thing, and they did the right thing here. Okay. New York Liberty have granted and extended Betnijah Laney's contract through 2025. Well deserved.
Yeah.
She's been doing what she needs to do. I feel like she's the engine on the Liberty and has been this year. I feel like if Betnijah Laney's not having a good game, the Liberty are not having a good game overall.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to call her a Swiss Army knife, essentially, because
I like that.
She can score, she can hit the open shot, whether that's a 3 or 15-footer, and she's locking up. She's usually playing defense against the best player on the other team.
Yeah, she's really athletic.
Very much
she's
so.
One of the, if not the most athletic player.
Yeah, so shout out to the Liberty for doing that right thing. This is Laney's 8th season, which is crazy. And her 3rd in New York. She went 17th overall pick in the 2015 draft out of Rutgers. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to play with Betnijah at Rutgers, but I definitely grew up knowing who she was. Her mother, Yolanda Laney, played for my coach, who is now retired, C. Vivian Stringer, at Cheney State. She was part of that team that went to the Final Four as well. So yeah, Yolanda Laney was nice, and so Betnijah was destined to kind of stumble into that greatness as well, and she's done a tremendous job, I think. So yeah, shout out to the Liberty for extending her contract, because y'all need her. Y'all need her for sure.
So congrats to the Liberty and congrats to Betnijah.
There we go. Are you rah?
All right. Yeah. All right, we're gonna talk about, even though this is more like NIL, but this was also big news this week. LSU coach Kim Mulkey, she has secured the bag for real. She just signed a 10-year deal with LSU, and she will be making $36 million throughout the course of 10 years. This is the highest paid coaching contract we've seen thus far. On the women's side,
right?
Public school women's college basketball history, which is crazy. So basically, Cha-Ching is right. I was like, $36 million. Whoa! So she'll be earning $400,000 as base salary in the first year, and then she's gonna earn $2.75 million in supplemental income in the first year, making her total compensation for the upcoming season $3.15 million.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a real breakdown. We also had a podcast under the 9450 where we talk about the business of sports. We go more in depth, but we'll be breaking down how much other coaches are making currently, and how this contract, this coaching agreement could change the trajectory of just how much money these women and men that coach college sports, women's basketball, will be making in the future. But nonetheless, back to what I was talking about with her supplemental income. The amount of supplemental income is supposed to increase by $100,000 in each of the following 9 years. So in the final year of the deal, the amount that she will be taking home is $3.65 million. The total compensation of base pay and supplemental income equals $36 million. If she happens to coach throughout the entire contract, which is scheduled to be done June 30th, 2033. If you don't know, LSU won a national championship last year. They've come back this year, really filling up their roster again to try to have a repeat happen. They got Haley Van Lith. If you don't know who she is, you need to go find out who she is. They got Anissa Morrow, another killer. Yeah. Like they're just re-upping their roster for the people that they've lost last year in hopes to repeat this year. And I say what I like to say. I have no doubt that Kim Mulkey's probably going to have another successful season. There would really, if she has a successful season, there's really no reason why she would opt out of it. But if, in fact, she does decide to opt out of this agreement before the 10 years is up, she would owe LSU, I believe, $2 million. And if the school happens to fire her before the 10 years are up, they would owe her $2 million as well. Well, that's a lot of money. $36 million, obviously, it's not, all a shot, but nonetheless, getting paid, knowing you're going to get paid around, it's not around. You're going to get paid $3 million a year.
Look here. I know for the next 10 years, I'm getting paid $3 million a year. I'm lit.
$3 million. And you in your hometown.
Right.
I'm home.
And you love what you do.
You love what I got a winning program.
Right. And she's 61, y'all. She's 61.
But the end of this contract should be 71. Get money.
Right. Right.
Guarantees in her contract. They didn't say anything about guarantees in the article that I read. Just if she doesn't get fired, if they don't let her loose or release her and she opts to stay, then that $36 million is hers. And Sue's gonna be and that's another thing. If you don't know,
that's a fact, James.
You don't know. Yes, her suit be off the chain. So
facts.
I'm very interested in seeing what suit she comes out in for the first game of the season.
Yeah.
But she definitely secured a big bag. And it's the biggest bag as of right now. It's the biggest bag. I think John Stanley may have secured. She's secured a couple $1 million as well, but I think her contract is about to end with South Carolina, so they'll re-up again. And I'm just interested in seeing how much money she's about to get offered. Yeah. She's Dawn Stanley. She too has a
what was her? I forget over how many years, but it was like 22 or 26 million, something like that.
Yeah, and I think this is last season was the last season, or this current season may be the last.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll have to see how much she's offered.
Okay. Yeah. That's fire.
Shouts to Kim Mulkey and LSU. Goes to show like these institutions have money.
They do. Y'all gonna have to rearrange structures and models, but y'all got money. Y'all got money to be dishing out. And it's like not even just her that received a raise. Like her two assistants, Bob Starkey and Gary Reedus, also received raises. Starkey agreed to a 3-year contract worth $1.05 million, like through 2020. That's a big deal for us for associate head coach. Like $1 million, and then Reedus agrees to a 2-year contract worth $730,000.
Yeah.
Yo, come on.
These schools got money, man.
They got money. Y'all, come on, let these kids get paid. Get them.
We just
get
saw
them.
DeMarcus Cousins. We didn't have that on the pocket, but this week, DeMarcus Cousins, we saw a quote, and he went on a podcast, and he was just saying, like, he literally said F the NCAA. Mm-hmm. He said the NCAA can kiss my behind. Do her assistants need assistance? I'm available. Right.
Facts.
But yeah, DeMarcus Cousins was upset. he was upset because he basically was saying that these schools make literally millions of dollars off of their college athletes, and they at one point in time we didn't see that. We didn't get that money. And now these kids are able to monetize, and he literally said F the NCAA.
Correct. He basically told the story, basically saying like, look, this dude outside tailgating, selling T-shirts with my name on it, making 60 bands, and I don't see none of that money, and I can't get a free meal.
Yeah, he was like, I get in trouble if I get a meal paid for.
Nah, y'all gotta, nah.
And he was like,
F the NCAA.
Yeah, that was what he said.
Like,
and I understood, but I don't have a beef with the NCAA. I think I've made that clear on a couple episodes, but
yeah, I think we all do. I feel like all student athletes have beef with the NCAA. It's for sure. But yeah, moving along. Shout out to Kim Mulkey, but y'all getting paid. Y'all making me want to get into coaching or something, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But WNBA, today was the last regular season day, right?
The Liberty lost, like we just mentioned. So now I think they clutched the number 2 slot in overall standing. Their 8-game winning streak was snapped today by the Washington Mystics, who I think are very good. However, Brittany did tell me today that Christy Tolliver tore her ACL, even though she just came back from an injury. So
yes,
they may have a rough time in the playoffs because of that. I think the Aces also played today against Phoenix Mercury. I don't know if they won, but more than likely the Aces will hold the top seed, the number 1 seed in the overall standings. What else?
The Mercury were trash this year.
They were really bad.
Yeah.
They were really bad this year. The Chicago Sky, they secured the 8th and final playoff spot this past Friday because they beat the Minnesota Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
I think that came in 3rd. Connecticut Sun, I think. Yeah, they're the number 3 seed. They're really good too, and they're really big.
Yeah.
The Dallas Wings are really big too. Dallas Wings, are who I was referring to. The Dallas Wings have the 4th seed.
Yeah, having Tierra McCowan and what's her name, Kalani Brown as your 2 post players. That's 2 6'7s.
Yeah,
basically.
Dallas Wings are huge. They're gonna cause some issues like they have all season long, and yeah. And we got spots 5 to 7 kind of up for grabs, but that's going to come to an end today. We'll figure out who's 5th, 6th, and 7th today.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's a roundabout, summary of where we're at with the WNBA. Looking forward to the playoffs, though.
Really am. Let's go, Dub. The right. W.
We'll see how it goes. But FIBA, I haven't been keeping up with the men. The FIBA World Cup semifinals. Brittany let me know today that
we
the
lost.
US lost today for the bronze.
Yes.
They lost against Canada.
Correct.
Yeah. And so.
And I mean, I'm gonna say this. Me and Shantae talk about this offline, but I think people in American sports, we gotta tone down the ego that we have, because honestly, the world is catching up, or the world has caught up to the skill set and the level of play that we have played at for decades, years. Mm-hmm. So seeing this, obviously hurts because, you know, we not making the podium this year. I think this is the second year in a row, or the second time in a row that we haven't made the podium in the FIBA World Cup. But yeah, we gotta, and we also be bringing really young teams over there too. So like, it's hard to watch them lose. It's just hard to watch them lose.
I mean, you know, we just talked about, forgive me, I can't remember his name. He was just doing track and field a couple of weeks ago, and had everybody shook because of his post-run interview where he was just like, what bothers him is that, you know, the NBA talks about them, you know, the number one seed or whoever wins the NBA championship talks about how they're the best in the world. And it's like, you don't play the world.
Right.
You play the best in the United States. And I did, you know, yeah, you know, and people was just like, you know, everybody who is the best played in the NBA. Like the NBA has a collective set of men. Yeah, Noah, thank you, Jay, Noah Lyles. Has a collective set of individuals from all over the world that want to come here to the NBA and ultimately play in the NBA. So you had the NBA players saying that's not true. We play the best people in the world because they all come and play in the NBA. And then you go and we're talking about what happened today at the FIBA World Cup, and it's just like, I don't know. Like I don't know.
I mean, even when you look at the Canada team, like, they had a few players from the NBA on the Canada team. Like, right. We talking about Shea Gilgeous, Alexandria, SGA. Dylan Brooks had 39. Like, come on. 39 for Dylan Brooks. Y'all let him go off. Like, come on. Y'all already know he talked trash. Y'all let the dude that talked the most trash get off. Like, y'all crazy. RJ Barrett, Kelly Olynyk. Like,
I don't like RJ Barrett.
It was you know, it was a few players on Canada that are, you know, playing the NBA. So like, yeah, the talent is getting more dispersed throughout the world now. Like, even when they played against Germany, right? What's his name that played for the Lakers? Oh my God, Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder is playing on Germany.
I heard he went on. Yeah,
right, like
he had a game.
Right, so y'all can't say. I mean, I understand what they're saying. Like, most of the best come to the NBA, but these leagues around the world are still very good.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Very, very good. Euro League, Euro Cup, you know, all the, come on, you got basketball everywhere. Don't just think that y'all really are the best. Like, there's the world catching up. That's all I got to say. Okay?
Yeah, so I don't even know what to say about them, but yeah. It's unfortunate we didn't make it. We didn't even get a medal, but hopefully next time. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully.
All right. Off to NIL news. I'll let you start with this one because it's your girl, Paige.
Paige. I'm going to just call her Paige Buckets. Not even Paige Beckers. Paige Buckets. Okay?
From UConn.
From UConn. She's coming back this year. Last year, she tore her ACL, so she was out the whole season. But this is how you know she's nice with it. She getting a deal with Nike. Nike said, we're going to sign one of the best college women's basketball players in the country.
Yeah.
You feel me? Nike.
They signed her.
Come on. They signed Paige Buckets. Okay? She becomes the first to lead a sneaker campaign for Nike. As part of the agreement, the 2021 National Player of the Year will be leading face of Nike's new GT Hustle sneaker this season across brand campaigns. And this goes to show you, we've been talking about this, right? So we talked about how Flau'jae has signed a deal with Puma, but she can't wear her sneakers while she plays because LSU is a Nike school. Right? So, but this deal works because UConn is a Nike school.
Right. So she can wear the sneakers on and off the court.
On and off the court, I can wear the sneakers anytime I feel like because I go to a Nike school. Okay?
Right.
The Greater Than Hustle 2 is set to release later this fall in 3 different colorways. All right. I'm looking forward to looking at what those gonna look like.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously, this is a great signing for Nike. Nike been signing the women. They've been getting to it. You know, Caitlin Clark, Juju Watkins, Sabrina Ionescu. I believe Asia
Wilson, I think, is about to drop. We reported that on 9450. She got her sneaker, but she's releasing new colorways. So Nike's been busy with really promoting women's sneakers and sports. So we like to see it. And I'm also very excited to see how Paige performs this year. I've yet to really watch her play. So this is going to be a big year for her.
Yeah, don't make me a liar, Paige. Come on.
I don't think she will, but Shantae, I'm very interested in seeing how she performs.
Shantae is a tough critic. She a tough one. She be like, I'm not impressed with the quickness.
Your father, no, but your dad too.
Come on, I'm not. My dad is he's a Paige Buckets fan, so you know, he was with you today. You
got 2 tough cookies today. Watching basketball, so it was interesting. But yeah, shouts to Paige. Interested in seeing how the sneaker looks, and just this is big. So
yeah,
congrats to her and congrats to Nike.
Let's get it. I guess moving along, this is within the same realm. This is clothes, right?
Yeah, so
apparel.
A suit company by the name of Pursuit, who was actually created by a former Ohio State graduate, actually signed 24 Ohio State football players, so that they're always dressed to impress going to games. I think this is great. So yeah, they'll be providing suits to 24 Ohio State offensive linemen and quarterbacks, including the entire Buckeye starting offensive line.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, this suit line was actually created by a former Ohio State graduate, and they'll get to customize their suits for home games on their walks out to the Ohio Stadium. I think that's super fire. And the suits were designed collaboratively with each player in the Pursuit team to be a cohesive look while allowing each player to make the suits their own. All the suits are gray and black plaid with scarlet accents, but this design is personalized uniquely by each player. Yeah, I love it too. I think that this is great, and they'll look like as if they were about to go play an NFL game. Right?
Yeah.
Or, so I'm actually looking forward to this. This is the first time we're actually seeing something like this. And it kind of goes in line with what we're always talking about, just the business of sports and beyond just the sport. And professionalism is really big, and you got to look the part to play the part.
Come on, man.
You look focused. You look good. So I love it.
Look at it. I'm gonna be honest. I used to hate when Coach Stringer used to make us wear mock necks and khakis and black shoes. And I used to be like, yo, why she do this all the time? Like, every other team would wear sweatpants on the plane. Like, you want to talk about commercial flights? I had to travel with high khakis, mock necks, black pants, team jacket. Like, And you know, she always said first impressions. That's all. This is what she always used to say. She was like, "You don't know who you coming across,
or who's gonna see you take a picture. Who's gonna?
You don't know.
Nothing.
You don't know. So you always gotta look the part." Yes, the mock necks. I used to hate them joints. We used to have them every color: white, black, red. Put your red mock neck on. I used to be like, this is whack, bro.
But I love it.
But she was always about just first impressions, and you know, when they see you, they see me. You represent me, you represent your family, you represent the school. You feel me? So you gotta look, you know, presentable at all times when you're dealing on that level. So shout out to Pursuit. You're gonna be getting these guys looking real nice and sharp. So I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, that's what needs to be taught again, etiquette. Because I'm seeing some stuff from y'all kids. Nah, no crew necks. No crew necks, Jade. I know crew necks. She straight mock necks. Straight mock necks, which was whack. What up, Sam? So but the story in that was just, you know, she always wanted us to look like a team, and making sure like nobody else looked different. We all gonna wear the same thing, y'all all the same team, you know, y'all all gonna work the same, be your sister's keeper, essentially, you know. So you know, you don't like it in the moment while you're going through it, but when you reminisce and look and reflect, you know why she did it. So so yeah, shout out to Pursuit. I'm happy to hear that. And kind of moving right along, y'all know we Kobe Bean Bryant fans over here. And essentially Kobe's foundation, Mamba, what is this called? Mamba City Sports Foundation. Yeah. They're basically handpicking NCAA basketball programs to kind of keep the legacy of you know, Gigi and Kobe alive. And this is going to be essentially them wearing Kobe and Gigi's Nike shoes. They said that a logo may also go on the jerseys as well. They'll be getting apparel, which will be fire. And what is it? 6 universities?
Which is fire. Vanessa helped in picking these universities, and it seems like it's because Kobe had relationships with you know, previous players that have attended. So go ahead, Brittany, if you want to go down the list of them.
Yeah, so we have the UConn Huskies, the Oregon Ducks, the LSU Tigers, the USC Trojans, and the Duke Blue Devils, essentially. And Kentucky, excuse me. The Kentucky Wildcats. Yep. Mamba program.
This is going to be fire, and I'm very interested in seeing how they really expand or go deep into the vision. I think the sneakers and the logo is just the beginning.
Right.
You know, in the article they talked about doing more things with these universities, and like Brittany mentioned, just continuing their legacy. So, you know, I think this is fire. I think this is amazing, and I'm interested in seeing the sneakers and seeing how they collaborate with these universities and student athletes down the line.
Big facts. I mean, I hope other activities come out of this, not just like physical, but like maybe in a learning setting where they can provide them with some type of classes, because obviously we know that Kobe was very big on investing. So maybe an investment course, you know, maybe personal finance, financial literacy, something attached to that as well, within these programs that they're doing for Mamba. the foundation. So I'm excited to see this the collaborations and see how this just continues to grow. Essentially.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. So that was it for NIL news. We got some tech news. NFTs ain't going anywhere. And like this next article basically kind of just shows the versatility of how the blockchain can essentially be used.
I think this is a great example. Because, oftentimes people be like, it's just a JPEG. And it's like, this is another way blockchain technology can really influence the real world. It's not just about art. Right.
Right.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Right. So a real estate property was sold as an NFT. So Roofstock On-Chain and Origin the Story announced their latest celebration as they executed their fourth blockchain-infused property sale on September 1st through the Roofstock On-Chain NFT marketplace, which is powered by Origin Story. So this property is located in South Carolina, specifically 332 Montclair Lane in West Columbia. It features 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and it was sold on chain for essentially 204,000 USDC, which is essentially the same in its equivalent to US dollars. So yeah, tokenizing.
Sold. Like, in short, how a real house was sold and it's on the blockchain, meaning you can see the transaction, you can see all of that on this public ledger.
Right.
And this is fire, right? Because if you don't know, when you purchase a home, it's a lot of money. You're paying a lot of different people. You may be paying taxes.
Oh my God.
You paying closing costs. You paying, there's so many different things.
You gotta pay for the survey.
You gotta get all this stuff done. And while you still may have to get some of those things done, you're gonna have to get a survey. And all these things. However, the closing costs and all of that, doing this on the blockchain kind of is a workaround because you don't have to you don't have to pay all of those fees.
Right.
The fees you may have to pay may include gas fees, which are like taxes when you're actually doing the transaction on the blockchain. But this transaction process, first of all, speeds it up, right? It's a quick transaction. At closing, you got to sign all these documents. You may be at a closing table all day. You may be in the office all day for a closing. Right. And then on top of that, the closing may not even happen that day.
Right.
It may not.
Oh my God.
But this having this on the blockchain, it streamlines everything. It's instantaneous, and then it's also transparent. And the fees is a little less, and all the property rights and the ownership documents is all on the blockchain. So you're able to see all of these things on the blockchain.
Right.
And this is the 4th time they're doing this. I think y'all should check it out. You can go look on for yourself on the blockchain to see when this happened, how much it costs, just like we just reported. But go to Roofstock On-Chain and read more about this transaction. The fact that they've been like really going at it since their first transaction, which was, I believe, in 2022, 2021. And they're still going at it and having people participate and really getting people to understand the power of blockchain technology. It's just really interesting.
You know what? I kind of want to know how they I have a few questions now because I want to know if the person that's buying the house, like, did they know anything about blockchain technology before they, participated in doing this transaction? Or did they kind of like educate them on what this can do? Like, I want to know from what point of the learning journey is that purchaser on yet? Like, and how
I would like to know that.
And how does on-chain kind of educate the, obviously the purchaser on how NFTs work, what NFTs are, because it's really, like, obviously we've seen coming up in this NFT space or Web3 spaces how difficult it is to communicate and translate the verbiage to people when we talking about blockchain technology, digital wallets and, gas fees and all these, smart contracts and, all these different things. I want to know how they educated these people on just, and introducing Web3 and just this technology to the people, because it's one of the most difficult task there is in Web3 is just basically getting people to understand what this technology can be used for, what it is. So, I mean, if it's their fourth properly, then they're doing something correct. Essentially. So
they're making their way around, and
okay.
Interested in seeing who else kind of hops on the bandwagon and does the same thing. And yeah, this is a big deal. Like this is a big deal. I'm wondering if more houses will be sold and purchased on the blockchain this way. But yeah, definitely check it out. Read the article. I think they do an amazing job really breaking down how this works. But all I am is I'm just cheesing because I'm like, this is crazy. Buying a home and having it on a blockchain is next level. So
yeah,
shout out to those people that bought it and was selling it.
Here we go. We moving into another time. The transaction of value is different. So
yeah.
Get with it, people. This is the future. Yeah. This is the future. We are we are here. We are here. So start getting acclimated with stuff now, or you'll have no choice but to in the near future. So
yeah.
I'm tired of AI music.
We about to go to AI now, y'all. So the Grammys is around the corner. We got a ghostwriter that wrote a song acting as if they were Travis Scott. They are actually submitting the song for a Grammy nomination. I don't know if y'all read that this week, but an anonymous artist known as Ghostwriter made headlines in April when he actually dropped Heart on My Sleeve, which was a song that used Drake's likeness. And it went everywhere. Like, it was posted everywhere. It was Drake and The Weeknd. And it made a lot of artists upset, obviously, because it started making artists realize that there's no limitations at this point as to who and what can, utilize their likeness without their permission. And so the same guy, I'm assuming it's a man, it could be a woman, who knows? Because on live, they actually cover themselves in a sheet. So you don't know who's under the sheet making these AI generated songs. You don't know. They wear a sheet and sunglasses. So you don't see them. And so they made a new song called Whiplash, and it mimics the likeness of Travis Scott and 21 Savage. And he dropped the song on September 6th on TikTok. And he is going to submit that song along with Heart on My Sleeve to the Grammys under the category of Best Rap Song and Song of the Year, which is crazy. And come to find out, the song was eligible despite the use of AI technology, according to the Recording Academy. And we did report before that Universal Music Group really had an issue with AI being used. We reported on this probably a couple months ago. And yeah, he's gonna submit the songs to the Grammys. I doubt it wins, but if in fact it wins, I think that the Grammys will be opening the door that they cannot close after that. And
wow.
Just wanted to report on that because we're in a crazy time with copyright and likeness.
Right.
And even though these are not athletes, it's still name, image, and likeness. The same thing for artists. And this would be crazy if he won these awards, these Grammy Awards. That's all I have to say. We'll keep you posted with that. But
so he gonna come out in the sheet and glasses to accept the Grammy?
No, I saw that today. I was like, the person that on the sheet, like, you don't know who underneath there that's making these songs.
It's like that. It's like that Fox show. What's it? Who the Masked Singer? Like,
yeah. Yo, I hate that show. And it's crazy how many people watch that show.
Yeah.
They come out with alligator heads on and stuff.
Yeah, like, looking like mascots.
What?
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, everybody's an avatar now, right? Ain't everybody an avatar now?
All right.
I mean, we say this. I'm the MetaMask Fox.
I am the MetaMask Fox. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine I go on a Zoom video. That's what I say, and I put on the MetaMask face, and nobody knows who I am, and I change my voice.
Yeah.
This is a crazy place we're in right now. But yeah, the person creating these AI songs, we don't know who they are.
Yeah, it's we out for the clout. Out for the clout. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but I hope he don't win.
This is the
please,
last thing I think we got, and we're ending on a nasty note. I'm just gonna say that Sam Bankman-Fried, Fried. We talked about him before. He's the previous FTX founder. He basically scammed all these people. It was a crypto-based platform. A lot of celebrities were investing in FTX. They too were sued down the line because they realized that Sam was up to no good. When they really looked at, they followed the paper trail, followed the money, and realized Sam was really doing some illegal stuff. He was pocketing millions of dollars. He lied on a lot of documents about how much he was making. I mean, the list goes on. Nonetheless, he got arrested. He got arrested probably close to almost a year ago, I feel like. Maybe. I'm going to say around 6 to 8 months ago. Yeah. He got arrested. You know, some other stuff is going on with people that he was living in his house with. Come to find out, now the trial is being held October 3rd of this year. He was previously granted bail. I'm just providing background. He was previously given bail and subject to strict home confinement and technology conditions, but he violated the terms so many times, they put him right back into jail because he was intimidating witnesses and interfering with the legal process. Long story long, he did a lot of nasty things. But in true Hollywood fashion, he's been offered a book deal. Not a book deal, excuse me. Apple has acquired the rights to a book that tells the story of Sam Bankman-Fried. We did report before that he had a Netflix special coming out. And it's like, only in America, right? Only here if you got the right skin, let me just be honest. You got the right skin. It doesn't matter how nasty, disgraceful you are. We're gonna profit off of your story.
Right.
And so this is where we're at. They're about to profit off of the story. They're gonna sell. They're gonna. They sold it. They sold his literary rights. He has sold it, and Apple has acquired it. And the book is supposed to release October 3rd, which happens to be the day in which the trial begins, which is even nastier that they're lining it up that way.
Wow.
So money talks and BS walks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, nasty work. But when you got the skin to win, this is what happens. $5 million for the rights to the book is crazy.
Yeah. What am I like? Right, like it's crazy. What's that other thing on?
Yo, we're talking about that. Where is Joanna the scammer?
I don't know.
Somebody bring Joanna back. Joanne the scammer.
Joanne the scammer.
Oh my god.
Also on Netflix, what's that other girl I told you I was watching?
Oh, Annie, something Inventing Annie.
Yes, I don't think her name is Annie. But you're right,
Inventing Anna, yep. I actually started to watch one episode of it, and
oh, Brittany, you gotta watch it. Deborah, have you seen that?
Yeah.
Deborah used to have seen that. If not,
yeah, she was out here.
A couple months ago.
She was out here finessing people.
I was impressed. She was telling people she was a princess.
Nah, I'm a Russian princess.
Yeah, I feel like it was something like that.
Be like, I'm a Russian princess, and I'm also related to Rasputia. Y'all know who Rasputia is. Or whatever her name is. I was, that family.
Yeah, and that was a crazy, crazy story. I was impressed, though. And, I think that's it. I do want to give a shout out. They just caught another. Really? What's the scammer's name? And do they have what's the scammer's name?
Who was caught? A finance heir.
White collar criminals, man, they be going for those are big fish.
Right. They be going for whales. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm not.
Yeah, they're not doing. I'm scamming to get a meal. I'm scamming to pay my phone bill.
Nah, no, I'm scamming. To
get a building.
Right. I'm scamming to change the trajectory of my family's life.
Or add to it. Because many of them already have it, but I do want to give a shout out to Deborah because. She has, I don't know if you want me to shout out Deborah, but I am. Deborah has a Instagram page that's devoted to books and her book selections and reviews. And Brittany just we talked about lying on the resume.
Right.
We did the other day.
You're a brave soul.
Yes, but please, follow Deborah, if you want to drop the other Instagram page in the chat. I went to the page the other day, and I actually purchased a few books. I don't think I got them next to me right now, but I purchased a few books based off of Deborah's suggestion. So I bought Fledgling, which I'm super excited to read, but I love Agatha Christie anything. So I'm in the middle of an Agatha Christie read right now, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. But I was only able to really pick that book because I went to Deborah's page. Right. So I just want to give a shout out to Deborah and your love for books. And you're a great page, and so y'all should follow that.
Yeah, y'all know we read on this side. Come on.
Yeah.
We love reading. I'm currently reading Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington, and it's a really tough read for me. Just because your girl wants to be a doctor at one point, and it's kind of just revealing how the medical establishment has profited off our bodies for a long time, and how basically medicine has been started on the backs of blacks again. So yeah, I'm still into that. I'm probably a quarter through it, and I still got a ways to go. But yeah, if y'all ever got any book recommendations, Deborah, if you got any book recommendations, please let us know.
Let us know.
Loving your page. We would love to have you on too, just talking books. Like, and we need some. I want to start doing book reviews too. I think
that would be fun.
That would be really, really fun.
That'd be fun.
Really fun. So yeah, y'all. That's our show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate y'all's supreme gratitude for joining in with us on this Sunday. We know you got work tomorrow. So we appreciate y'all taking the time out just to spend some, a few minutes with us. So thank you. As always, follow us at 21 Titles. We're on here. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. LinkedIn. Follow the 9450. We also have a podcast on the 9450 where we dive more into the business of sports and kind of try to unravel more so behind the scenes things with that. So tap in with us. Follow the 9450. We're women's basketball, women's sports, everything. So So yeah, we're tapped in. Oh, did you want to talk about the game that you went to today? Like just a slight insight on today's game.
So if y'all don't know, we do have goals. We're gonna start covering. Ooh, drop my water. We're gonna start covering high school and college sports within the next few months. And so I went to a tournament today in the city in Harlem, PAL, and watched a few games today. And Mr. Ray, where you at? I don't know if you're still in here, but I think what I will say is that there's potential, but it needs to be pulled out and worked on. And we are in a different age of sports. Not to sound like old, OGs or whatever like that.
Right.
Because I never want to come off that way. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I know that your dad was with me. Brittany's dad was with me today. It was communicated that some players just wasn't taking care of what they needed to take care of in regards to the classroom. They were getting poor grades, even though the year just started. We're talking about the previous year. Mm-hmm. And there's just a lot of work that needs to be done. And we as former athletes need to show up for these student athletes. We need to show up and we need to talk to them, and we're going to have to work with them on and off the floor because they need a lot of work. So that is my feedback. That's my feedback from today.
Okay.
Oh, and Deborah, St. Ray's played today, but I had to leave. But I heard that they're really good this year, the boys. But yeah, we're gonna keep everybody posted as to just who you need to keep an eye out on, some games that we're going to be attending here and there, and hopefully create a watch list. I'm just going to say we're going to create a watch list for women's athletes here in New York City, so that you keep your eye on them. A lot of these girls need more exposure, and so that's what we're here to do.
Big facts. And eventually that exposure is going to turn into development, because we're very big on that, and they need to be taught the right way. We know that we grew up in a time where basketball was being taught the right way, and we just kind of want to give that back to...
Yeah, it's time to give back. It's our turn to give back.
So that's a fact.
That is part of our mission.
So, all right, everybody, we'll see. We might see y'all next week. There's some hip hop stuff going on up here, so we might be outside. So we'll let y'all know if we be on next week or the following week. But again, as always, we appreciate y'all, and
thank y'all for stepping in.
We'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Peace, y'all.